if you wanted to put me into some kind of a niche, I would be considered an eco-artist. My work right now integrates the natural world with the fine arts. I use a lot of horticulture and the knowledge of horticulture. I also use geobotany in my work. So it really is kind of an integration of science and the arts. Primarily, I use a lot of bamboo and a lot of willow. I'm researching materials. There's not really a playbook in what I'm doing or the visual art form that I have. I kind of think of my studio as like a little science lab, which I love. I observe a lot of things. I would just like to bring to attention some of the things that are in the natural world that we cannot see. That is how I come up with my visual expression. They're not planned out. They are just what they are as they grow into a form. Each of the bird nests hold an infrared sensor and a soundboard. As you walk and approach each one, there will be music that's activated. What I have done is I have taken the sound of 5 birds that actually do inhabit and make use of the willow grove. And from that point on, what happens is that I have sent this to a musician to translate that music into birdsong. So the flautist has gone ahead and she has listened to each of the bird songs and then done her own interpretation of those bird songs with the flute. When you pass by all 5 of them, there will be this, hopefully, cacophony, which I can never say, of music. I am not one that can plan out pieces. I have to do them spontaneously, and so much of it has to do with finding out what the materials can do and where does that lead me. And I feel like if there's an answer, an articulation for where the inspiration is, after I start a piece, it almost becomes a conversation within itself, where I'll say, this is a good starting point. Where does it go from here? And I think that motivates me to find out how to put that piece together. I have always thought there was more than just what we see. You know, it's under the ground.